Hello, this is going to be my first long-form content video on prehistoric/dinosaurs. This is mostly going to be just dinosaurs, but you get the point. And I'm just going to get out my absolutely horrendous cash grab. Actually, I don't even. But join the community. I'm going to start making prehistoric content like this. So if you find anything of that interesting, how about you hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I think you'll like it here. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like it. And we're going to be talking about the strongest Spinosauruses in existence. Well, not in existence, but what the Spinosauruses that I know of from documentaries, games, and movies. So, with that horrendous intro, I'm going to start the video. The MR Spinosaurus, or Monsters Resurrected Spinosaurus, or Mr. Spinosaurus, has shown us very, very good feats. And I'm going to start off with the most weak feats that I know of to the strongest feats that I know of this guy. And yeah, I just want to point out that there are some absolutely horrendous size estimates for this guy. Like, he is almost as big as a sauropod, which puts him at like 50 tons average. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's be real, that's highly estimated. But my estimate of his size is probably around 15 tons, which already makes him pretty much solo the entire Jurassic universe. Besides the Mosas, of course. But this guy is probably around 16 tons. And some other feats that he shows us is slapping a Carcharodontosaurus that is 7 tons. And you might be like, how is that a good feat? Because with one slap, he absolutely demolished the Carcharodontosaurus, which it is a Carcharodontosaurus. And then, let's just say the Sarco that was in prehistoric planet would not have gone back to the water. Because let's just say that this guy absolutely obliterated a Sarco. The Sarco walked up to him and then tried to pretty much attack him. But he sliced the Sarco's side like a piece of butter. But with Mr. Spino, or the Monsters Resurrected Spino, was from a documentary. This was a documentary. It was trying to be educational. And by the time that this came out, the Gen Z, we'd already had like an accurate Spinosaurus at the time. And this guy was way more unrealistic than the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. I just thought I would mention that out. But let's go to the next Spinosaurus that could probably destroy a city. Bye. I have a feeling all of you knew that a dinosaur would be on this list. If you thought that, you would be right. Spiny the Spinosaur is on the list. Now, I remember I used to watch Dinosaur King as a kid, but it's been a very long time, so I don't really remember much of his feats. But it's Dinosaur King, guys. Like, come on. We already know that he's super OP. I'm also going to be showing some GIFs and recordings of, like, what he has done in the show. And it's from Dinosaur King, so we already know that he's going to have superpowers. From the GIFs, I've seen him being able to fight other Dinosaur King dinosaurs very well, if not better than some. Even taking on one of the main characters, the Triceratops. And let's just say the Triceratops has plot armor. And the Spinosaurus is pretty fast with its tail whips, as it can pretty much swipe its tail at insane speeds. And it can swipe its tail faster than you running to the fridge. And this guy is not done. The Dinosaur King Wiki, which also take this with a grain of salt, has 2,000 strength and its strategy is 300. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but 2,000 attack seems like a lot. Now, of course, take this with a grain of salt, but you might not have 2,000 attack. But I found it on the wiki page, so, maybe it's true. And if I had to put a size estimate for this guy, I would put him around 10 tons. As compared to the Triceratops in the show, he is a little bit bigger. But obviously, this guy has to be on the list because it's from Dinosaur King. And the next one, and we're going to go to gaming. This guy is from a pretty nostalgic game, just wanted to put that out, called Jurassic the Survival, I think. But this guy has some pretty insane feats. Like, let's just go from the smallest feats. This guy is from Jurassic the Universe, where this guy basically tries to save this girl who got stuck on an island. And it turns out that this is infested with prehistoric stuff. And Spike pretty much appears as a boss battle fight. This guy also is a T-Rex killer like the Jurassic Park 3 Spino. This guy, even though the fight was less good and kind of disappointing, he absolutely destroyed the T-Rex even more than S-87, which I thought was impossible for a Spinosaurus, of course. And this guy can take rocket launchers to the chest and face, which, to put in perspective how impressive that is, he should have been burnt from the insides. His organs would be bleeding. He also can take bullets to the face. And to put in perspective how much damage he took from the rocket launchers and it was a machine gun. The rocket launcher only did 5% of his HP. And then in a cutscene, we see him getting dropped back. We see him getting dropped in a portal on a boat, and he survived somehow. Don't ask me how, but we are going to be going on to the next Spinosaurus. Oh, and mid-editing edit, he's above 40 tons. I'm sure all of you were expecting a art creature of some kind at least. And if you thought that, you were correct. I'm sure most of you were expecting spiny and art survival Spinosaurus. Some of you might have even expected the Monsters Resurrected Spinosaurus, if you know about the documentary. And let's just say that this Spinosaurus is 70 tons plus. And it can take a few projectiles. Whoa. That's on base form. And we do not really want to get to mutated form. This guy also, if he goes into water, he'll start to geek out. And basically what happens when he touches the water, he'll basically get an increase in basically everything. Strength, yeah. And not to mention, this guy can also go very deep in the water, places where humans cannot go. This guy can also fight decently well in the water, with 70 tons plus, and gets a hydration buff, and can swim pretty deep into the water. Plus, he can fight pretty well in the water. It would put the Jurassic franchise Mosas in their place, definitely. Not to mention why this guy is so OP, he has a knockback feature, which is why he can pretty much defeat most Rexes. Basically what this knockback feature does is that when he hits you, you'll get knocked back. And you can't really attack him for a very long time. And you pretty much have to rely on that he doesn't knock you back, and most Rexes will probably get cooked because of this knockback feature. Despite the Ark's incredible feats, it's quite debatable if he could beat the next Spinosaurus on the list that can jump over 50 feet, run extremely fast, insane durability, and will not stop going no matter how small the prey is. And no, it is not the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. Yes, I know Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus is not on the list because I'm going to put 5 on each of these lists. And yes, the Spinosaurus is not on the list from Jurassic Park 3, but please put on the pitchforks. It's from The Land Before Time. And I bet 80% of you guys did not even know that this sharp tooth exists. But when I searched up the Land Before Time Spinosaurus, because I swear I saw one in a video one time, it actually does exist. And every single photo that I saw was calling it the spined sharp tooth. So that's just what I'm going to be calling it. But it's from The Land Before Time, so it's unsurprising that this thing can jump like 50 feet at height, at least. Even though this sharp tooth doesn't show us any jumping feats, we can presume that because every single sharp tooth can jump 50 feet. Not to mention, just like every single sharp tooth, this sharp tooth can go very, very bonkers when he sees the smallest amount of food, as he chased after some small animals. Sorry, I have not watched this Land Before Time series before. I might have watched it when I was very young, but I don't remember if I did. So please forgive me. But there's like these small pterosaurs, and he chased them down for 5 minutes straight. No breaks. Now sure, at the end of the scene he does get stuck, but then he just has a short crash out and just starts slamming himself against where he got stuck. So just like every single other sharp tooth, he has a crash out, and will crash out if he doesn't get his food. Now I can tell that this sharp tooth is a lot smaller than most sharp tooth. But if I had to put an estimate for how big he is, I would put him around 4.5 to 6 tons, making him either a little bit barely smaller than a megatheropod or in the megatheropod category. As this is a sharp tooth and a cartoon, so of course he's going to be able to do stuff that a normal dinosaur wouldn't be able to do. Just like slamming his head and body against rocks and not having a single drop of blood or showing any sign of injury. But of course, the babies, because they're the main characters, Whittlefoot and his friends are the main characters, of course they're going to have paw armor and he's just going to roar. But all I'm going to say is that Whittlefoot and his friends would have got killed if they didn't have paw armor by this guy. And yes, this guy does have a weakness because of his size, and also just because of his sail and he can get stuck in small places. This doesn't mean that he isn't strong. Though, this is going to have to wrap it up for this one, folks. And subscribe if you made it to the end. And I'm going to start making more content like this. So if you like this type of content, I think you'll like it here. And I'll see you in the next one, y'all.